I've been holding my breath, I've been counting to 10 over something you said. I've been holding back tears while you throw back beers. I'm alone in bed. You know I'm afraid of change. Guess that's why you stay the same. So tell me to leave, I'll pack my bags, get on the road. Find someone that loves you better than I do, darling, I know. 'Cause you remind me every day I'm not enough, but I still stay. Feels like a lifetime just trying to get by while we're dying inside. Done a lot of things wrong, loving you being one, but I can't move on. You know I'm afraid of change. Guess that's why you stay the same. So tell me to leave, I'll pack my bags, get on the road. Find someone that loves you better than I do, darling, I know. 'Cause you remind me every day I'm not enough, but I still stay. If you want me to leave, then tell me to leave, and baby I'll go. Thank you.
Thank you, Carmynn. Good job.
Yay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome.
And I am JC Crisologo, and this is like a resurgence of the Honeybee show. And like I used to say that I was the hornet of the show.
I'm Sonya Johnson.
Hi, I'm Carmynn Bradley.
Welcome to our show.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Mhm.
This is my first run.
Yeah, same, my first run. Thank you for tuning in.
I've been on this rodeo for
The
quite some
founder.
time now, and I survived the last one.
I think we were just talking
they're
about that
talking
one.
about it. Somebody wanted to boot me out, but I'm here. I'm back.
Not going anywhere.
Back with a vengeance.
Slow and steady always
Yeah.
wins the race.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Walking.
Yeah.
So, guys, today, hot topic,
Mhm.
trending topic.
Yes, yes.
I've been watching it all over social media. The situation with the transgender women and the cisgender women. Me, I just want to start off saying that I don't care what you refer to me as. As a naturally born woman, I know what I am. I know who I am. So if you refer to me as a cisgendered woman and that's comfortable with you and your identity, I have no problem with it. I just wanted to say that.
Mhm.
How about you?
Yeah, well, I've been thinking about this, and I'm not super up on the trends, but I've been hearing whispers, you know, what people have been talking about, and I feel like I'm in a position to learn about that. Because like you said, as a natural born woman, there's certain, I don't know, I identify as a woman because of certain things, but I can't necessarily relate to the journey of a trans woman. So that's something that, yeah, I'm interested in hearing about it and opening up my mind to that.
Yeah.
In my case, it's really been a journey for me, and I know it's gonna be quite controversial because I'm one who has those, you know, same-sex attraction struggles, but at the same time, I'm also a Christ follower at the same time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I've gotten a lot of bad rap on both
Gotcha.
sides. Like,
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
pick a side, or you know, hear words as, you know, or you're a traitor and blah blah blah.
But that's why
And
we're
like-
here, right? To
right,
talk about it.
Right. So I refer to myself as he.
Okay.
There used to be a time that I took on the the identity as a woman trapped in a man's body. But then in my own personal journey, that this is my own personal journey, later on I became very comfortable with myself as a man, and not take on the things that have been thrown at me by the world, all the harsh criticisms, the insults, and the offenses that build the identity that I had in the past.
How do you handle that? Like, how do you sort of push it to the back?
I didn't, because you can't push it in the back, and you can't, just sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in my case, I believe in that divine power, and I had, to come forward. This is
on that one.
Mm-hmm. And I told him, this is what I feel that I am, and you just have to accept me, because this is me. I'm not gonna come to you with lies or with pretensions, and just throw away that religious spirit. Just come with authenticity. And he came to me, that divine power,
Beautiful.
with authenticity as well, and embraced me, but at the same time showed me who I was in him.
Yes.
And that's when I became really comfortable with myself. And that doesn't mean that I'm like harshly critical about people who feel another way, or people that have differences of opinions, because I respect them.
Yes.
I respect everyone, because I believe that we are imago Dei, created in his image.
Absolutely. Each and every one of us.
Each and every one of us.
Each and every one of us. Yes, yes.
I've been thinking about like just the permission that we should have to change over time. Like even just on a behavioral standpoint, like if I decide that I want to be a morning person, whereas I've always slept in,
Right.
I have the permission to do that. I have the permission to express myself in one way or another. One time I'm wearing short shorts, one time I'm wearing pants. Why is it that, I don't know, why is it that people take offense to people changing? And it's almost like too uncomfortable or something to see somebody one way and then see them another. But in actuality, that's like the process of our growth, is to be somebody.
Totally agree. I totally agree. Before we started, I explained to you guys I'm a very spiritual person, high priestess. I do all this charms and crystals and stuff.
Same.
So I feel that we are all energy.
Uh-huh.
And we can take on any shape, form, or fashion that we please. That's my take on it. We are all a bunch of energy, and we can be whatever and whoever we want to be.
Yes.
Kind of like us in our acting career, correct?
Yeah.
You can be whatever and whoever you want to be, and there should absolutely be no offense to it.
Yeah.
As Carmynn said, change is good.
Yes.
Change can be amazing.
Yes.
People are so, what do I want to say, complacent, and fearful of what's on the other side of that change.
Yes.
Fear as a motivating factor. I mean, like our whole world, 90% of us have anxiety disorders, right?
Oh, yes.
That's
Yes.
fear.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's just fear
Yes.
taking over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happens when you release that fear? Have you ever had that experience?
Yeah.
When you release that fear, and it's just, you have a smile like yours.
Yeah.
You have a smile like yours, and it's such an amazing feeling. The entire process is amazing. So I would really just like for both transgender, cisgender, and any other gender or whatever you identify as, just to get along and coexist in a world where we all just come together and help one another to grow and build. And like I said, you are a ball of energy trapped in a human body. You can be who and whatever you want to be without society's judgment.
Yes.
Like JC said, you can't really tune it out or throw it to the back, but you can exude who you are and your character and erase their narrative.
Yeah.
Correct?
And you have to be really comfortable with it too, because any slight discomfort is an indication that, I mean, me personally, like, you're not meant to be in that space of discomfort.
Yeah.
So find that comfort zone.
I agree.
think the discomfort is part of that growth, though, too. Like, you're talking about your journey, right?
Mhm.
Like, at one point, I thought I was a woman trapped in a man's body, and then I went through this journey and then
Mhm.
accepted who I am now, which could change in 5 to 10 years.
Right.
But
yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we all go through a period where we're uncomfortable with who we are, and we either
Yeah.
take that moment and start asking questions and figure
Mhm.
out who it is that we want to be and start learning that we have the power to be who we want to be, or
Mhm.
we take that discomfort, push it away, and
Push
then
it
sit
away,
back in
yeah.
our comfort
Uh-huh.
zone and be
Right.
who the world tells us we're
To be.
supposed to
Right,
Yeah.
right, and that's what happened to me in the past. I became comfortable with all those
Mm.
insults, and I thought that was what defined who I was until later on that divine voice, not a church, not a pastor, not a
Something
religion, but
within.
like a direct one-on-one,
That
Yeah.
connection.
you know, a
and
connection.
we all have that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that revelation that told me this is who you are. But I wasn't told that in a demanding way, but more like a loving way,
and embracing
more
way.
like embracing way, more
Yeah.
as an acceptance, and it was so beautiful.
Amazing experience. I
Mhm.
bet. Amazing experience. Well, listen, I for one am glad you're standing in your truth and being your true authentic self because I love it.
Mhm.
I love it. I do.
Thank you.
I love it. When I was a kid, I used to play with trucks and cars. I was a
Mhm.
big tomboy, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like, for me to be a tomboy, is society expecting me to turn out to be gay?
Mm-hmm.
Do they think I'm gonna be a boy?
Yeah.
They think I'm gonna grow up because I like to play with cars and I like to climb trees with the boys.
Mhm.
Everybody has a masculine and feminine side. Everyone has it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone has it, and
Yeah.
it comes out in different ways.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I was the same. I played football at lunch with the boys. I used to like swim with the boys at swim practice because I naturally have more testosterone than most women.
Mhm.
So I carry myself like that too, and then I end up like vibing with the boys, you know, and
Yes.
that's supposed to mean something, but it really doesn't have to. Like you said, everybody just has different ways of expressing their femininity or their masculinity.
The masculinity, yeah,
Yes.
that's very true. Like even me too, as a fashion designer, when I design, I'm not only designing the outfits, but the personality as well.
Yeah.
Because I come from the generation of Annie Lennox. I know I'm aging myself. So it was a very, some people think that the gender fluidity is just happening now. Oh no, sweetie, it happened during my generation. I'm talking Ziggy Stardust,
Okay.
David Bowie, Queen. I mean, they were already doing that.
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. Culture Club, Boy
Culture
George,
Club.
was wearing a ton load of
Yes.
makeup and telling people that he was straight. But of course,
We knew better.
yeah,
We knew better.
and nobody who looked as prettier than Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh
could-
yes. Yes. Gorgeous.
Yeah, so whenever I design my the look, I could see it being modeled by an androgynous looking model with a pixie hair, and she's coming out of the runway, strutting like
I got
Naomi
the visual.
Campbell,
Mhm.
I got the visual.
but a
Yeah.
little bit masculine at the same time, like
Yeah.
has that tomboy feminine
Yeah.
thing. Like it's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
And I think that's the art of seduction that
Absolutely.
plays
Oh,
with my head
absolutely.
whenever I design clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's
Amazing.
like the gender fluidity going on.
That's cool.
All right, guys, we got to take a break. We'll be right back.
The year is 2980, and we now know that death is not the end. A soul can be extracted from the recently deceased and be used to create a blue liquid called essence. It can bring a person back to life.
We'll get her back.
I hope so.
It's an expensive process used by the rich and powerful. The rest, they do what they can to survive.
Stay right there.
You told me you're hiding from some dangerous people. Let's knock on the door. I spent the last year searching for the deep star. A bounty so big that the entire galaxy could be yours.
People have been looking for the deep star for years. It can't be found.
It's because they can't find the distress beacon. I know where it is.
If we find the deep star, we could get enough credits to bring Mom back.
Blast off.
Guys, we have company.
You can run, but you cannot hide. Prepare for impact.
I am now authorized to take action.
And now you die.
No!
What affects your credit? The answer can be many things. Let's take a look at a few of the most common factors and how they can impact your credit. Credit history. In order to have a credit score, you need to have open and active credit accounts. This gives you the opportunity to build a credit score and get approved for larger purchases such as a car or a home. So it's important to have a responsible record of debt repayment. Available credit and usage. The rule of thumb is to use 30% of your available credit to minimize the impact of debt on your credit score. In other words, the less credit you use, the better. Monthly on-time payments. By making sure your monthly payments are paid on time, you could boost your credit score. Late payments, however, may bring your score down. Errors on your credit report. Check your credit report regularly to make sure it's accurate. If there are any errors or signs of identity theft, report them immediately to the appropriate credit bureau. Applications for credit. If you're applying for credit, filling out several applications in a short amount of time may hurt your credit score. It's ideal to keep the applications to a minimum. However, there is an allowable shopping window for a mortgage. Remember, a good credit score could possibly save you in interest payments. If your credit score needs some improvement, however, consider starting with the basics mentioned here. And when you're ready to buy your dream home, give New American Funding a call. We'll help you find a home loan that works for you and your unique situation.
Hi, I'm Deacon T with Modern Word Ministries. It's great to be with you today. Just a short little promo for our show. Every Sunday morning we have service, and you can follow us at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on modernwordministries.org. And if you missed us or you want to see some of our older messages, go ahead and check us out on socialmediashows.com every single morning at 9 a.m. It's a great way to kick off your day, get a little bit of the word in you, get something uplifting, get you started off on your way. You know, if you're looking for prayer or you need some help, reach out to us. If you go to our website, again, that's modernwordministries.org, you can interact with me via telephone, via DM, text message, whatever you want. I'll get right back to you. So if you need prayer, you need help, you just need somebody to talk to, Modern Word Ministries is here for you. We are your church in the community. So until you see you next time, be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back
Welcome
to
back.
Honeybees. And I am JC, and this is Sunita and Carmynn.
So you had something that you wanted to bring up, yeah?
Yes, because with this with our subject matter, if you guys missed the first segment, we are on the topic of cisgender and the transgenders. And so with the type of, social climate that we have right now, people are just shooting daggers on each other, and I just think that we need to come to a place of understanding, and like, we're not always going to agree with each other.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think I've been talking to a lot of filmmakers and actors that are trying to make their own stuff right now, and everybody feels compelled to create things that will be like marketable rather than just creating things for the art. And I think that
Thank you.
it's
Thank
bouncing
you.
around in my head about fitting in with what we're talking about authenticity, like come as you are, write as you want
Yes.
create from your creative well rather than from your mind, if that makes sense.
Or rather than being dictated by society.
True.
Remember, at the end of the day, you should be an individual and you should be true to yourself, and not because of peer pressure of what society tells you, or you know.
And outside of society in that box, you do have those people like us who are open to different things, who want to see the different expressions of creativity come out in the forms of music and movies and different in the artistry era period. You know, there are people out there that aren't in that box. So it's good to keep your mind open. And express your creativity.
True. Yep, and I also wanted to talk about, there are some people out there, great people. They're novelists and they've been accepted by the Hollywood industry, and they made, $1 billion empire. And some of them are gone right now because they've been canceled by the cancel culture. One of them is, and I hope and pray that you guys are not going to cancel me for saying this.
There's always that possibility.
Stirring the pot a little bit.
Well, you got to get some mixture up in there, right? Let's give it a little stir.
J.K. Rowling is one of them, the one who wrote Harry Potter, the Harry Potter series.
I did not know that. Okay.
And she said something about transgenders. Do you know anything about that?
I do, but I can't remember specifically what it was that she said. But there was a big thing about people were boycotting Harry Potter.
And this is really a big deal because Harry Potter is a $1 billion empire by itself, and if you go to Universal Studios, they even created the whole castle and everything based on, if there wasn't any J.K. Rowlings, there wouldn't be any Harry Potter. Yeah. And they canceled the very person who created Harry Potter because of what she said. Now, let me go to my cheat sheet. Google. Googly. Okay, what did J.K. Rowling say?
I know, I can't remember for the life of me.
J.K. Okay, not J.
I'm all out of high-speed data. I don't know if you all go through that, so I'm slow right now.
And
quite often.
Around the 20th of the month.
It all just runs together.
And transgenders. Oh, dear Lord.
Well, it's something like that sparked the current issue with the transgender and the cisgender situation with Jess Hilarious. With her, well, it didn't start with her. It started with another transgender woman going live and saying, you cisgenders don't own menstrual periods. And that's what started the whole argument. But only a clip was played because T.S. Madison went on and she said that only a clip was played because even she was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you saying this? And this individual was directing that comment at cisgendered women who have transgendered over to men. So, it was a messy situation, but they will cancel you.
Do you guys want me to read what she said?
Yes.
Yes.
She said, according to Glamour, on June 6, 2020, Rowling retweeted an op-ed piece that discussed people who menstruate, apparently taking issue with the fact that the story did not use the word women. Excuse me. This is what she said. People who menstruate. I'm sure there used to be a word for those people. Someone help me out. Womben, wimpund, womad.
So she basically kind of did herself in by saying.
Yeah, she did.
things.
Yeah.
There's no kind of to
And
it. She did.
I personally think that she shouldn't have just said anything. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And most especially in today's
Yeah, some
you know,
opinions
political climate.
you have to
yeah.
keep to yourself,
Yeah.
especially when you're in the spotlight
Yeah.
and you have a platform. You have to keep there's no way around that.
Especially if it's not a matter of life and death where you're trying to save somebody from dying or
Yeah, because there was
or
just an
about-
ignorant
yeah,
opinion.
mhm.
It was really an ignorant opinion. It really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
So I mean I kind of feel sorry for her because she built this empire and all of a sudden this empire came crashing down.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure people still go to Universal Studios and go to the Harry Potter rides.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty
I
sure
mean-
she gets some residuals from it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
but I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for her.
Mhm,
I don't.
mhm.
I'm a firm believer in you gotta sit in that. If you gotta sit in it. If you
Mhm.
potty on yourself, you gotta sit in it. I'm not sure what words I can use, but if you potty on yourself, you gotta sit in it. You know, in order for you to learn your lesson, you gotta sit in it. So I'm sorry. It's a difference of opinion for me. I don't feel sorry for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think you're right about when you have a platform, you really have to be intentional with what you're saying because it comes down to you're going to start waves. So
Yeah.
how could somebody as intelligent to write a series that literally, I mean, that's like my generation's Bible. We identify ourselves based
With
off of
Harry
which
Potter.
house we're
Yes,
in.
yeah.
You know, if you're that type of person in our society, what you say is going to cause waves, and either that's going to come back and hit you, or it's going to do something
Mhm,
positive in our
mhm.
world. So think about that for a minute. You know.
Because you are the
Yeah.
influencer.
Yeah.
Technically, you
Yeah.
are.
No, totally.
You are the influencer.
But this is good. This is a good topic. We're stirring the pot right now.
Yes.
We're making waves.
Stir it together.
I'm going to the Hukilau. Oh my gosh.
I'm thinking
Good
about how
Lord.
didn't she make Dumbledore gay in some passing comment for just so that people would want to
try
Watch
to
it
try to
again.
kind of
To
correct
try
what
to-
she did.
Yeah.
Is that what she? Oh
Something
wow,
like
that made it
that.
worse, didn't
But
it?
it's already been written
Yeah.
and the movies are already out there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about like what we said earlier about creating content for the world. It's like
Yeah.
if your character is gay authentically, yes, but don't go saying it just to get I
Yeah,
don't know, to
the-
fit in a certain mold
The
or
views,
whatever.
the audience.
Yeah, or to
the
intrigue
box
a certain
office
community.
hit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at that point you're a politician, you're not an author.
Thank
Come on.
you, thank you.
So, what do you guys think about society's effect on the LGBTQ community, the straight community? What do you think about society's effect on those communities? Do you think society is the reason for the division? Or do you think there's some personal issues within those communities for the division? Like the comment, cisgender women don't own periods. Like
Oh.
that comment,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
That comment's hard for me, because like we started this and we were talking about like what makes me a woman, and part of what makes me a woman is that.
Yeah.
That's how I identify, like biologically my body goes through
Right,
this.
yeah.
Because we talked about I also have masculine energy. I've had a shaved head in points of my life where, people have thought that meant something about me. And so when it comes down to it, I feel I identify as a woman because of those things. Like because I need birth control or I might have a baby that I don't want kind of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, it's such a personal thing, but when when society gets in the way and starts giving you messages and you start feeling like, I don't know, like there's just so much created for us.
Yeah.
You're supposed to think this, you're supposed to be this way. If you're not, this person's going to be mad at you. Like during COVID, my family and I were at odds because there were literally two sides of the planet. But when it comes down to it and it's a personal issue, it's really not. It's not that black and white, you know?
Yeah.
Right. It's really not that black and
So
white.
do you think that those type of comments is the reason for the division? Or do you think those type of comments are a result of the division?
Oh, option B.
Option B?
Option B.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because people are reacting, like J.K. Rowling reacting to this feeling, like I feel offended by what's going on, so let me react and just say something.
Right.
Like, you know what I
That's
mean?
it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And
Yeah.
me once again going back to, I think we should just respect each other and not push whatever we feel like, you know, our cause is, like the LGBTQ and I've been to a town hall meeting.
Is that what we call them? Town hall meetings, okay.
Of the LGBTQ.
Oh. That sounds like a story.
Yeah. Next time on the honeybee.
The town hall meeting.
Town hall meeting.
Yeah. Which, by the way, felt like church to me because, you know,
really?
in my church we have this thing called Celebrate Recovery, and you go there and you're broken up into smaller groups and you share, you know, of course you're in a some place of a circle of safety where like you're open to share what you're going through, what your issues are, or maybe there are people in your life that are trying to make you feel bad. So that's, and it kind of felt like that, and that for me, even if I have these same-sex attractions, I don't necessarily have the need to go to these town hall meetings of, and once again I do, you know, respect the LGBTQ and some of the production, the films, the comedies that they put out there are really so funny, thought-provoking. Some of them are really sad because they show the journey of that, you know, transgender person. And Pose is one of those series on Netflix that was really eye-opening because it shows what a transgender goes through personally and the bitch fest that goes through once they get together.
That's the fun part. That's the fun part.
Because they don't agree.
I have to watch that. I haven't
Pose,
checked that out. I have to watch that. Have you?
No, I haven't seen
check that
Oh
out.
my gosh, it's a mind
I have
trip.
a binger now. It's a series?
It's a series,
Post.
and Billy Porter is
Let's
there.
watch that, guys, and talk about it.
Billy Porter. So it's basically, you know, this was back in the 70s and 80s when the transgenders and the drag queens would get together and put up a show and who would like outsmart who and who would sing better than this person and would dance.
So competition.
Competition by the queens and all that.
Yes, I love the queens. I love me a good drag show. I do. I do. I do.
Yeah.
And I actually, personally, since we're talking about personal things, I actually prefer to hang out with my gay friends. You know, I actually prefer it. They're full of life. There's no more happier people than that generation. I love it. They're full of, because I love to laugh. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to cry. If you bring that energy to me, I'll just walk away. I want to laugh. I want to enjoy this life.
Yes, exactly.
You know, so I actually prefer it. I love you guys. Yes. So I get where you're going. You don't want to box yourself into a community. You're just an individual. You're you.
Yes.
And that's what you want to be seen as. Just you. Not a part of this community, not a part of that community, just JC. And I love that for you.
JC, and also one thing that I might add. This happened on Facebook. It's so funny. I don't know what. Oh, we were talking about animals. For crying out loud, animals.
I love animals.
So yeah. So I just said because this was my personal belief. Oh, I just love the way God created this animal. And then another person criticized me for saying the word, God.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and this person happened to be from my side of the boat.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And like we were like going back and forth, but like I just had to stop at some point.
Yeah.
Because
what was the big deal about you referencing that? Did you want to share it?
Yeah, I just said, oh, it's such a beautiful creature, I believe that we are all God's creation, and we are all created beautifully.
Absolutely.
And that cat or dog, whatever it was, had like beautiful blue eyes and beautiful fur and paws. Like it was cuteness overload, like cuteness all the way around.
God took his time with this one.
Yes, with this one. And she was like looking up above with her big blue eyes, and it's like you were looking at. And so I was, just started, from my heart, just praising him for creating
appreciating that creation.
Yeah. And
a lot of what people believe is overlapping and similar, and I think we get hung up on specific languages. Like if you use the word God, therefore you're referring to the patriarchal God with a beard, Christian church, and everything that evokes. But in actuality, that's just the language you're using to express gratitude for the beauty that is life. Like everybody.
And yes, I love the fact that you use the word patriarchal, because that is the key thing right now.
Yeah.
Barbie.
Like, Barbie. Exactly. Yeah. And I've seen that movie, and I actually made a review about it on my show Spotlight. And yes, I saw that side of Barbie that they were kind of spotlighting on the patriarchy and what.
Yeah.
Although I was kind of sad that Barbie didn't end up with Ken, because I wanted a love story, but there was no love story.
But that was the point.
Right? That was the point.
Yeah.
No happily ever after.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It looks like we have to go to another break. We'll be right back soon.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause, because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
Las Vegas, here we come!
I can't believe we're all moving to Vegas.
I know, right? It's a dream come true.
Wow, super creepy dude.
Mason, stop. I think he heard you.
What if someone walked up in the back of his semi?
She's gone. Someone took her. Who's that creepy trucker?
What are you doing?
They call me Mother Trucker.
Got Films is a full-service production company that provides motion picture quality content and production services for use in the film and TV industry. Looking for a seasoned crew, high-quality equipment, or other production services for your film, TV, commercial, corporate convention, sports, news, or interview project? Your search stops here. Some of our projects include NASCAR, American Restoration, Pawn Stars, Counting Cars, Top Chef, BattleBots, Forge and Fire, and Street Outlaws. We have also produced over 60 feature films and documentaries. We're ready for all your needs. Whatever your project, whatever your budget, big or small, Got Films got you. GotFilms.com.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back to the Honeybees.
We had an interesting conversation on the break.
Yes, we
Carmynn
did.
had some good stuff she wanted to share with us.
Yes, we're going to share it with you right now.
It's a little controversial, I think, and I'm not sure how to articulate it, but we were talking about this idea, right, that so if there was a time when there was just a man and a woman, and men were masculine and women were feminine, and they were bearing children and men were out hunting, like, what happened? Is it true that men overpowered women and then that led to women needing to then be powerful in order to defend themselves? They're not able to lean into their femininity anymore. Or is this just like the natural evolution of things? That's a question that's been like popping up, and I've heard lots of people talking about it. Like some men saying that there's no such thing as toxic masculinity.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard that recently. That was an interesting one.
I disagree with
Yeah,
that.
I disagree also.
Yeah.
But I feel like people are, even in that sense, it was almost a positive thing because he was thinking about those things. Like, what does it mean to be a man, and what does it mean to be me, and what does it mean to be masculine, and how then should I show up in the world, and what responsibility do I have for who I am and how I show up in the world? I don't know.
Do you think, I was just kind of thinking in my head while you were talking, like, okay, because, women, we sometimes have a tendency to downplay ourselves for men.
Mm-hmm.
We do, even in the bed.
Yeah.
So, with your thoughts and what you said, do you think that ever played a part in it back in the day when the men were going out and hunting and killing, and the women were bearing the children? Do you think the women downplayed themselves for the men to feel some sort of masculinity, or do you think that's the way it is?
I think that's the way it was back in the day, because people were in survival mode, since it was like very, very primitive stage.
You have to do what you have to do.
Everything. And as time went by and people got wiser and more intelligent and started inventing stuff to make us more comfortable, so there was like a technological revolution.
Yeah.
That we became more not, and most especially with the men.
With the men.
Yeah, they weren't as like severe as they were back in the day, like almost like Neanderthal, like gotta hunt and hit this person or this animal on the head and like drag them in the cave.
But with the evolution of women,
and
we're coming up now, and I really don't think we'll ever supersede the masculinity in this world when it comes to that glass ceiling.
Right.
But we are evolving.
Yes.
And with us evolving, do you ever think that it'll ever go back to that?
If you strip away the technology and everything, I just don't know. I just don't know.
I mean, if the world blew up and it started over.
Over again. I mean, I can't imagine myself hunting out there. I'll probably look for makeup and a foundation. I gotta look like Grace Jones before I hunt.
I don't want to get my nails dirty. Yeah.
And as Grace Jones, I love my Grace Jones. Like, what do you do when you want something? You just grab him and take him. Yeah. Fierce warrior.
Yeah. I couldn't see it going backwards. I really couldn't.
I'm thinking about The Woman King. I just watched that the other day.
That was good.
Wow.
And female warriors.
That was good.
And I'm wondering if the idea that things were so black and white back then is just a construct anyway. Because then you think about primitive communities. who had female warriors? Like, has it always just been that
That's
people
a good point. Yeah,
have
that's a good point.
some
Yeah.
women have been stronger and some
yeah.
you know, has it just always been that way?
Yeah,
And I don't know, power
because it's
got
like that
to
now.
us. Yeah.
It's like that now.
No, and then meantime, this is the funny part. So while the rest of the world were living in caves and being like fierce warriors, meanwhile in China they were living in palaces and wearing silk gowns and eating on porcelain. Like,
yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah.
Very different.
Very
different.
What happened?
Very different. The elegance of it.
Yeah,
And
the
then,
elegance of
then
it.
you got these chicks over here. They want to fight.
Yeah, like with their spear and their pruning hook.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, there's like the patriarch who's like.
There goes your feminine and your masculine.
And your masculine,
Yeah, I was
but then,
thinking about that.
Yep, there goes
but
your
then
feminine
over
and your
time, and I wouldn't call it a gender swap, but over time, women also wanted to take more of the jobs that were supposed to be for men.
Yeah.
Like, say, for example, Amelia Earhart. She was the first, pilot that was a woman.
Yeah.
Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
And then later on, we had like astronauts that were women.
Yeah.
And scientists that,
Yeah.
You have women in construction.
in construction,
A lot of women in construction. Now.
Yep, a lot of women in construction. And then later on, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, if you look at the fashion industry, most of the big fashion designers are mostly men.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Are mostly, isn't that
I thought about being a
crazy?
truck driver once.
Really?
You can be a
considered
truck
it.
driver.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
You
that still
can-
on the brain?
No. Art.
Say maybe.
Art
say
all the
maybe
way.
as a role.
Yes.
Yeah.
she
Maybe
could,
as a role.
Yeah.
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 I
She
can
could
see you
drive
being a
an
whacked out truck
18-wheeler
driver.
truck.
Yeah.
Or a 6-wheeler truck.
Yeah.
6 wheels.
You're gonna get me a small feminine one.
Just to give her a food truck, guys.
And okay, we're about to wrap up. And by the way, for those of you who don't know us, so I am here with the social media shows. I have a show called Spotlight, and I'm also a fashion designer and actor, comedian. So that's me.
I am Sonya D. Johnson. I am an actress, comedian, model, and whatever else you want me to be. If you're paying.
Show me the money.
Yeah.
And a TV host now.
Yes.
So, you guys can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as The Real Lil Sonya, Lil Sonya.
Cool. And I'm Carmynn Bradley. We all are so multi-talented here. It's pretty cool. We were talking about our ADHD earlier and how we all have multiple projects. So I'm a TV host, I'm an actress, I'm a singer, I'm a model, and I am totally open to building communities and taking on different roles and responsibilities. So you can find me also on Instagram and Facebook, Carmynn Bradley. My name is spelled Carmynn, and you can catch the Honeybees live at 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, right?
Yes.
Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. And sponsor us. How do we do that?
Yes,
Yeah.
please sponsor
If you
the
want to
show.
sponsor us, please sponsor us. We're good people.
Admin at socialmediashows.com.
Yes,
Admin
yes.
at socialmediashows.com.
Mm-hmm.
We look
That whole
forward
thing
to
that
hearing
you
from
did
you.
sounded very Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, I've been leaning
I'm
into
so
my rock
sorry.
star identity. Yeah.
Love it.
Yes. What is the conclusion on the matter of transgender and the cisgender?
We should all live as one. We should respect one another. We shouldn't get so offensive at names and words and roles when we know who we are.
Yes, and we shouldn't be quick to cancel.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's entitled
Think
to their
about it
opinion.
first.
Yeah.
Before-
I think
yeah.
that what we talked about those areas of discomfort and growth is important too. Like give people permission to change, to be in a period of change, and to be different than who they were yesterday or 5 years ago or even 5 minutes ago.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And on that wonderful note, we bid you goodbye until next week's Honeybees. Thank you for watching this pilot episode of the resurgence.
Yes,
the resurgence.
See you next week.
Bye.